Story 1. My girlfriend, 23 female, seems genuinely disgusted by my interests, and I, 25 male, am starting to feel ashamed of myself. How do I address this? My girlfriend and I have been dating for about a year now. I love her a lot, and I genuinely care about her deeply. I see her as my partner and my best friend, and I have always imagined a future with her. We share similar goals, values, and aspirations, and most of the time, our relationship feels supportive and loving. That is why this situation has been weighing on me more and more, because it feels at odds with how close I thought we were. I am kind of a nerd, not extreme, but my interests are like things superheroes, anime, manga, games, and D&D. These are things I have liked a long time, and they are a big part of how I relax and enjoy myself. She is pretty much the opposite. She is more into celebrity culture, going out, fashion, luxury, trendy things. I do not have a problem with that at all, and I've always tried to be supportive. The problem is that whenever I bring up my interests, she reacts very negatively. She will scoff, say ew, or look genuinely annoyed. At first, I thought she was just teasing, so I tried playing along, like it's a joke. But she actually gets upset when I do. She has told me that she finds these interests unattractive and associates them with guys who have bad mindsets, like misogynists or incels. That really hurt. I do not identify with any of that, and I do not think my hobbies say anything about my values or how I treat women. I am not asking her to like the same things I like. I just want basic respect and to not feel judged or grossed for enjoying them. There have also been moments that make me wonder if this is partly about image. For example, I am using a very old iPhone and I want to upgrade to a flagship Android phone. She keeps pushing me to get an iPhone instead. Even if it's not the latest model, she says this is because she prefers using iMessage. But in my country, iPhones are also a status symbol. She has mentioned before that appearances matter a lot for her because of how she grew up, which makes me unsure what the real issue is. Lately, I notice that I hesitate to talk about things I enjoy around her, or I downplay parts of myself to avoid the reaction. I do not want to feel ashamed of who I am in my own relationship. How do I bring this up in a way that sets boundaries without turning it into a fight? Is this something that can realistically be worked through, or does this point to a deeper incompatibility? Now we have an update 7 days later, and the OP begins. We talked, like actually talked, not just surface level, fixing things for the night. I told her straight up how it feels when she shits on my interests, that it is not just a small joke to me. Every time she scoffs or says ew, it chips away at me and makes me hesitant to share parts of myself. I told her I am scared that if it keeps happening, it could build resentment over time, and that it is not something I want our relationship to be like. She listened and owned up to it. She explained that a lot of people she has encountered who were really into those same hobbies have made misogynistic remarks or behaved in ways that make her uncomfortable. Because of those experiences, she built this association in her head, and part of her reaction came from being afraid I might share those same traits or even show them. I told her I understood her concerns, that the fears came from a real place, but that applying it to me felt unfair. I explained that it felt like I was being judged based on a stereotype rather than who I actually am. I told her she knows me well enough by now to know I am not like those people. The conversation got emotional and deeper than just hobbies. We talked about insecurities, fears, and how we affect each other. It got heavy. We both cried, and we agreed to be more mindful with how we speak to each other, including her not dismissing things I enjoy. Fast forward to recently, I was telling her about my day and kind of testing the waters without making a big deal out of it. I mentioned I watch an anime while working. I work remotely. Normally, that might get a reaction, but this time she just asked about it. She asked if it was something I watched as a kid and whether I enjoyed it. No scoffing, no ewing, just curiosity. That sounds small, but I noticed it immediately and appreciated it a lot. I am not declaring victory or anything. I just see it as a positive step, and I hope it reflects a real shift rather than something temporary. Also, addressing something I saw a lot, people saying I am putting up with her because she is hot or calling her shallow. Yes, I think she is conventionally attractive, but no, this is not why I am with her. And no, she is not shallow. She enjoys fashion and material things. That is just part of how she expresses herself and how she wants to be seen. It has never hurt her finances, and she has always been mindful about spending. She talks things through with me before buying stuff, cheap or expensive. Honestly, I do not think this is that different from how many of us express ourselves through our hobbies. People buy expensive collectible or gears or models. Yes, it is for personal enjoyment, but we also enjoy when others appreciate it or think it is cool. Wanting to be seen or validated is human, not something exclusive to one type of interest. I am not pretending everything is magically solved now. I just wanted to share that we had an honest conversation, emotions were on the table, accountability happened on both sides, and I have seen a small behavioral shift since. I am paying attention to consistency going forward. And I appreciate everyone who took the time to listen to my story and for those who responded. Thank you. That is the end of our story. Please comment and let me know what you think about it. Do you think the relationship will continue to grow and become better? Or do you think consistency will wane and the girlfriend will begin to show more destructive behaviors again? Anyway, see you next time.